Hi, my loves. It's Jeray, my lady girl from around the way, where we have culture, conversation, and community. And in today's video, I am coming to you all. Finally, I'm coming to you all with some commentary, okay? Before I get into my commentary, though, if you're new here, consider subscribing because I talk about a whole bunch of stuff that I feel like is important and fun to talk about, okay? I want to pop a little shit today, and I hope you join the community, okay? Like the video. Let's get it back going. Let's get into the things. Now, I saw this video of Alexis Skyy, and I've been seeing videos of Brittany Renner circulating. Y'all know that Kevin Gates, I was about to say Kevin Hart's girl, not Kevin Hart. Kevin Gates is on my toxic list, and I do not watch Basketball Wives or anything, but we know Jackie read her down in her hijab, girl. And Alexis Skyy was on Instagram Live recently, and she had to let the girls know a thing or two, okay? She had to let the girls know she's sophisticated and God loves her, and it doesn't matter if she's no longer out here selling cheese, okay? And I'm like, you know what? This is so interesting. The girls who are continuing with the Christianity to capitalist pipeline really needs to be studied, and I figured why not start on your girl Alexis Skyy. I'm seeing it also to pop up with Krishan Rock, but I think I'm gonna have a separate video with her because the way Yanti came around and swooped in on her like that. But yeah, y'all, I want to get into this topic because I feel like I want to know what y'all think. I want you to drop down in the comments and give honest opinions because here's the thing. Okay, nobody's a saint. No one's a saint and everybody backslides. But this seems like it's going too far. Now, I'm going to play the video of what she actually said, and then we're going to get into a small breakdown of just the come up story and where Alexis Skyy is and kind of sort of where she's heading, because it seems like she's heading down to the bank. Okay, right from the church. Let's get into what she had to say.
My comments, get off of my life. Like, first of all, y'all keep talking about being, like, I'm going to make this very clear. I love God, okay? I'm, like, all this Christian stuff on my comments, get off of my life, okay? You go pray to God and go seek God if you're so perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect person in this world. Like, y'all are weird. Leave me alone. Go seek God yourself. How about that? Because whatever I do is between me and God. I don't need to get validation from none of you people. All right? I'm about sick and tired of hearing that. Like, do I look like let me not curse. Do I look like a nun to you? No. Aggie, like, what? Chill. You're slow. How about that? Don't let me come in here and talk shit, because that's what I'm about to do.
Now, I want to say this here. She is definitely carrying it way better than a Krishan. And I want to say, like, she seems more reasonable and balanced than someone like a Brittany Renner even, because spiritual psychosis happens not just in mainstream spirituality, y'all. It can happen in the church too now. So I think that her response was like a little like toned down. But I wanted to kind of get into the fact that she did come out and admit to the fact that she became very Christian because of a man. And I don't know if that's like in the Bible, like, you know, as far as like leading somebody to Christianity. I know that in Islam, it's like a blessing to convert or have a partner convert because of you when you introduce them to Islam. I'm sure it's very similar. And I feel like we've all done things in relationships that we probably didn't want to do. Y'all over here munching and crunching on somebody's Gucci, but y'all mad that she's admitted to, you know, switching her religion or becoming more religious due to the fact that she was with a man. Now, what I do find interesting is it's not the fact that she's trying to defend the fact that like, oh, well, I'm Christian. Why y'all talking about this, that, and the third? And I like how she was just like, girl, what do I look like? A nun? Girl, I'm a Christian, but do I look like a nun? Don't it look like I still give it up? I still get it popped off because, you know, people are living real lives and this, that, and the third. I think that there are a lot of young women who are Christians who can relate to this. However, Alexis Skyy, the way that you was at that cucumber party or that summer party you was on, the cucumber challenge, I will almost never forget that, because when I watched it, it almost felt like so weird and gory and just disgusting that I was just like, girl, what the is really going on? Like, you think about Instagram models, you don't think about that cucumber challenge, what they was actually doing, girl. That was ridiculous. If you don't know, the girls that get it is giving like whatever. I feel like her black scent has kind of like decreased. She's talking like a LA girl, and I just something about that, because what I remember her is from dealing with Fetty Wap. Okay, she was the original trap queen and everything like this. Alexis Skyy has been around for some time, and here's the thing, y'all. If you guys have caught my recent live or been following me on TikTok or other places, you know that I feel very deeply about being on a different path and a different journey, and people are always there to remind you of, well, remember that time you was da 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 da, remember that time you was, like, people always love to pull up your past. And I want to be very clear on extending grace to people, because people change and growth does happen. I think the issue with these girlies are the fact that they are playing on to a trend. This mainstream spirituality was a trend at one point. Okay, everybody and their mama was, reading tarot and everything like this. And crystal balls and everything. Call me now, Miss Cleo. And then, Christianity came, and everybody became super Christian. We had Woe Vicky on baddies, and we had, all of this different thing. It was like a wave of whatever. And once the girls find out it's not that lucrative, I can still use my big bunions to, sit down with the pastor. Shout out Pastor Jamal Bryant, because when I found out that he actually had her on his podcast, I'm like, wow, extended an apology and everything. And I find that, like, if you're from old school, traditional, Kojic, background, that this is like crazy, but it's given like y'all playing in my face. It's giving like y'all playing in my face. The Christian thing didn't work out. So then she started doing tax services, and then she started doing a whole bunch of other stuff. And it's like, I'm slowly going to get away from this Christianity thing, because it's not paying off that the way she thought it would. Because here's the thing, and here's the true tea. People are not invested in healing. People are not, or I don't want to say people are not. Most people are not interested in healing work, and religion and Christianity. They want to see baddies. They want to see cucumber challenges. You feel what I mean? And especially when you are in a digital space, when you start off as a baddie, or you start off, or you have a certain level of beauty and proximity to men and lifestyles. They don't want to hear that shit from you. You understand what I'm saying? But I think that their desirability makes it more easier to digest, to come out with a spa retreat and the recovery home and this and the third. And one thing I will say about her, the girl is enterprising. Okay, she had the recovery home for the BBL baddies. She did the hair weave thing. Like, she does things that makes sense for her and her brand. And that's how you kind of like diversify your portfolio and your investments or your brand or whatever. I love that for Alexis Skyy, but it's just getting very tiring. And, when you talk about it, it's just like, girl, what is going on? I feel like the girls who are really in the church right now, who wore slips underneath their dress and had to wake up and press their usher uniforms and everything, like, how do y'all feel about that? Because y'all might feel like, people are coming to the Lord, and, the Lord loved prostitutes and everything else. So, just do tell a little coochie. That's a real thing. But I just feel like it's given more than Christian. It's given, this is going to be a new market that I have. This is going to be my new capitalistic, venture. This is going to be my new target audience up until you can't hold out long enough and them bills get the billing. So now let me switch it up and show a little skin. Brittany Renner, which let's transition to now. Now, Miss Brittany, I'm not going to lie. I think that Brittany is absolutely gorgeous. When she kind of came on the scene, this is before the Charleston White interview or whatever, she started to like pop up on the Fashion Nova page or wherever, you kind of came to know her. It's like, wow, this girl's really beautiful. She's in the gym. I mean, sure, there's probably some lipo, and probably some cosmetic things going on, but she's beautiful. She's stunning. And what I like the most about Brittany is she ain't give a damn. Okay, I love it. She don't give a damn who's like bold and in your face, like, girl, yes, and so what, and whoop-de-woo, and men do it, and so what, and this, that, and the third. Like, I like that about Brittany Renner. You know what I mean? I think that she has a lot of like qualities that I would like as a homegirl. Like, okay, Brittany. So when she popped out with the whole whatever, I'm like, oh my God, like, here we go. What I did appreciate is that she popped out for the hijabis, for the Muslim girls. I feel like this is so funny. a lot of the girls rebrand into Christians, right? They don't usually rebrand into Muslims and start covering and modestly dressing and everything like this. I thought it was like, you know what? This is actually off brand, but really on brand for her, because she's going to do it in her way. It's not going to be like everybody else. And like I said before, Islam is a really beautiful religion. I think it doesn't get enough like mainstream play and media attention because of, child, we already know why, okay? Like, especially in America, especially over here. But take that out. Islam is a beautiful religion. And I think that modesty in women is something that is beautiful in itself too. And I think that she carried it. I think that the whole situation with Kevin Gates, I mean, him obviously being very narcissistic, and her possibly as well. It's just like, girl, y'all just a mess. Y'all giving the auntie and uncle who just, you know, he just came home from jail, took his shahada, and now he got his new girlfriend. And then before you know it, hijab is off, the khimar is off, and we out here fighting at the barbecue tussling over, you know, the last crab leg. But Brittany's another one who have come out. She had a really kind of scandalous past, and, you know, she had to find herself. And then this is a question that I want to pose to y'all. Don't you think that people should be allowed room and space to change and grow, right? I feel like if you've been around for a minute, you know, how many times have I changed and switched my content, right? It's just like one of those things where it's like, you know what, today, maybe I want to talk about politics. Maybe I want to talk about the Vietnam War. Like, are these people not allowed to change? I think what is frustrating is they come on really, really strong. Brittany gave it up like she was under, like, I don't know. Brittany just did too much to me. I feel like that Kevin Gates pipe associated with the whatever. You have to understand that these men too come along with religious abuse, spiritual abuse, which is a different way of abuse that is real damaging. And I question, like, when a man is the one who introduces you into a certain thing, it's like, girl, is the peen that good? Okay, are you associated? And we see of religious abuse in institutions. Okay. The Catholic Church is a prime example. That's a form of religious and spiritual abuse. And I just think it was worth talking about, because these are the girls, these are Instagram baddies that they look up to, and they still get caught up in a cult. They got cult like dick. Or, you know, are they real about their religion and people have the right to change? What are the Muslim girls feeling like? You know what I mean? Like, girl, you all in this fashion over. That ain't no motherfucking hijab. Like, you talking all like this, like that, then you drinking. Are you bringing disgrace? Or are you bringing awareness? It's a balance. It's a human experience. It's a life, okay? Is it Maybelline? I want to know what you think. Drop down in the comments, girl. Let's get the comments going. Let's get the comment section popping. How do you feel about the girlies who are former hoes, former sex workers, former whatever, coming into a religion, coming into a space, and then, you know, having products? What I do understand and appreciate about Brittany was she didn't just pop out Muslim and then coming out with a line of scarves and khimars. I mean, not that I know of. Like, Alexis Skyy clearly was making this her brand for a new demographic and target audience. I think Brittany is probably a little bit more honest with her recent transition, but she was on the gram still showing her body, because it's like, here's the thing, people backslide. That's what you know for. You used to a certain level of attention. It's like, girl, don't forget that this shit's up under here. This body is still sitting, it's stacked and packed, all right? And I think that Brittany Renner is far more beautiful than Alexis, because of just her whole body and aesthetic. Alexis, she done did too much for me, in my humble opinion, okay? But I want to know what you think. Drop down in the comments. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light, girl. Happy Monday. I will be back tomorrow, possibly tonight. Y'all know how I do. I'm going to be back. Yeah, have a good week. As always, I'm sending you much love and much light. Peace.